Good morning, YouTube. I'm here with the Eddie Horvath.
Morning.
ZZ Mark.
Eddie, Marky.
Hey,
everybody.
What are we, the 19th of April? Yeah. This is Easter weekend.
And it's in the 70s.
And you'll see this video the day after Easter.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Post-Easter video.
It's the day before now, and it'll be the day after.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good. Okay, hey, we got a birthday shout out. Jim Quick, 90 on the 17th.
Happy birthday.
How did I say that? That didn't happen fast, right? Jim took his time to get 90.
That took
Even though
almost
his name is Quick.
It took 90 years.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Yeah, happy birthday. And while we stand in front of the log deck here.
We've got ugly logs. We're going to make beautiful 2x8 decking.
Well, we're gonna
try.
The word is try.
Yeah, Mark will do it. If anybody can do it, Mark will do it.
And they're bringing the logs over. I says, "What do we got going on here?"
You got to remember now, we picked these out of the firewood.
They did come out the firewood pile, so they're going to turn into lowboy decking. And other than that,
that's all.
Let's get busy.
Let's go.
Hey,
all right.
Someone's got merch on today.
Yeah.
Go check out the merch shop.
Yeah, go.
I forgot mine.
Yeah.
It's in the truck, though.
We didn't even call each other and discuss this. All right, let's get going. Alrighty, let's get going here, and I'm gonna cut you some crooked oak logs. Turn my little fan on in here. It is a little toasty. So let's make some sense out of this. All right, going through my pre-flight check here. Let's get the doggies up, doggies out, and let's get our first crooked 12-foot log. I put a little bit of line on them to see roughly where I want them. Thank everybody for the comments about my grandkids. I really appreciate that. I had a blast. I'd like to do more of that. And there ain't nothing straight about these logs, so I'm gonna open up these a little bit more. That's about where I want to open it. We're going to try to get 2x8s out of this, believe it or not. Let me bring the knees forward a little bit. I'm trying to keep that line straight up and down, if you can see what I'm doing here. Alright, let's get a good hold of it here. And let's just get an opening face on it and see how this is going to play out. You got to get it down to an 8-inch cant. Oh, they always give me a challenge, that's for sure. And we'll cut the rest of this into tomato steak, so it's not going to go to waste. That front end's dipping down pretty deep there. I gotta watch I don't hit my collar. Alright. Let's just lay flat on the carriage and see what we can do with this beautiful log. Got it just about equal. Well, let's just see what we end up with. That's all we can do. I might have to buff that back taper out. Let me take a couple more. do with something like this. We're getting to the point of no return here as far as the getting our 8 inches. There's a lot of rot going on there. I have some nice logs up at Uncle Edmund's, but we're a little ways from getting them here. Well, now we're going to get this down to 8 inches, get our camp formed, and we're just going to see what we're going to be able to do here. Not much, but we're going to do something with it. Well, this is the ugliest logs of the month. I'll take one more, and I'm going to open that backside a little bit more. Alright, let's bring that top out and try to get a parallel. I'm going to be lucky to get 3 out of this thing. Alright, let's flatten this up a little bit. Let's bring the facets up, out again, get under our 8 inches. I think we got a fuel filter problem again. I got a spare, so we might have to switch that out. Set fuel filter. I'm going to try to get this down to size before we... There we go. That gets us to our 8 inches. I got to change that filter. Always have a spare. Let's take 5. We're back. Put a new filter on it. And that kind of stuff happens. So, okay, doggy's in. Where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? flicker here. Let's see where we're at. We gotta clean this up anyway. A little bit more. There it is. There's the flicker I was looking for. And we'll start taking some 2 inches off once we get enough space. Kind of not liking that. But I'm going to pull a 2-inch off and see what it does. Don't like that big knot cluster right there. This seems to be going away though. What was I thinking there, guys? Well, I gotta pull it off now. I'm only gonna get 2 off of there anyway. Sometimes you get a little flustered. We'll get 2 more. We weren't gonna get a 3rd, so there we go. And we'll go down to our final 2. It's gonna have a little wane on it, but that's just what it is. I should have turned that out, but for that little bit of wane. And here's another frustrating log. Let's bring it up to that blue line. Oh, we're going to try to get a flat spot on there somewhere. Always a challenge. I'll just be happy if we don't flood back up here. This is going to be awful close. That back end is rubbing. Well, let's lay it down and flatten that top out. Because you could have did that there, but I want to get rid of that big old hunk of junk sticking up. All right. Right in the container, good. pretty looking lumber for firewood. All right, I'm gonna get it parallel down to 8 and see what we have to deal with there. Well, let's see what happens. Take your time when you don't have nothing to work with. I don't know if we're going to get down to 8 on that back. Let's get on to 8 and see what we end up with. That's all I could do. To get a flat spot on this darn thing all the way across, and I got to level that front out a little bit more, so going to pull 2 off right now. Plugging up again. Thought we had that problem solved. Gotta wash that filter out again. Changed it, brand new. I want to just try to get this off the carriage if it'll let me. Don't want to stick the saw right now. Well, we're going to take 5. All right, take 3. We have this problem all the time when we get fuel. So, just the way it is. All right. I'm right in the middle. I forget what the heck I was doing. So we're going to make a full 2-inch set here. We just got to get this thing down the road here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back just to get rid of that little bit of a front on it. Now again, this is hard to do with the thin board. do is dog it down, back it up a little bit, and reset this here. You'll see what I mean. That loader arm was in a bad place. There we go. We got a little tighter that time. That way we can get rid of some of that on the back side. So let's get on to our final two. And Eddie said he could use 66-inch pieces, so this can be cut. We're going to start on 16-foot stuff. I should have put that other loader arm on, but I think we're going to limp through. We'll be all right. And these are not pretty by any means, so. So let's bring it up here. This is a piece of hickory here, and there's nothing more ignorant than sawing hickory. How about that? It landed right where I want it. I'm going to put my arms up here. I'm going to run them knees forward just a little bit. And we'll put the master dog down for safety. And we're going to try to get a flat spot on this. Oh, sorry about the camera here. Just a lot going on, everybody. It's just, you talk about, some days at the sawmill, everything is perfect, you're happy, and there's days you just get, everything fights you the whole day. Sounds like this thing's starting to plug up again. Yep. We're just not going to make it through the day here, are we? Well, the good news is this log looks like it's going to yield something. We're going to have to take 5 again. Oh, let's try it again. Every time we get fuel, we go through the same thing. Eventually, maybe we'll be able to afford a new tank. That's one solution. Well, we have 3 filters on this thing. Open. And that tank sat. We bought this mill we bought back in 2018. It sat for 9 years. So things have a tendency to get scaled up and sawing anything worse right now is hickory when you need the power. There we go. that top off. Oh, I got some crap laying underneath of there. There's always something today. Yeah, hickory has a very coarse bark. That looks better. But this video here at least demonstrates reality to you. This is what happens in the perfect world. All starts somewhere around there. And I always use the conditioner and the fuel, anti-gel, the algicide, I'm going to try to get an 8-inch can out of these two faces. Told Eddie I don't know if I get wide enough to edge off 8 inches out of here. I'm just going to take a 2-inch set right now. We'll edge that off. And she's starving again. This will be the longest video you'll ever see. It's all on 4 logs. That's the worst thing you can do to a blade too, is feeding slow like that. I'm just going to leave it. Did you ever just have one of them bad days? That's what we're having right here. I decided to stop it in the cut. And before I move anything, I want to make sure we are dogged down tight. And let's finish this cut up here. I'd like to finish this order up, but boom. Alright. Let's just think positive and say we fixed the problem. What we did is actually we removed the small filter, and we're going to do a test just to make sure it's not the primary and secondaries on the bus motor, which I don't believe it is. But when we first started this mill, we never had a filter on the tank. We always relied on just the primary and secondary. So if it starts to act up again, then we know the problem might be in the other 2 filters. They're common filters, I can get them quickly. I don't like to keep spare filters on hand because they can pick up moisture. It's is a paper element. Need some hickory for some smoking. There you go. So let's see here. I'm going to take, let's turn that out. I want to get this down to 8 inches. That looks all right. And I'm going to take a 2 off of here. Let me just make sure nothing moved. Take the 2 off of here. Then we're going to turn it out, clean up the backside. Good old hickory. That log is moving as we're sawing it. I hate hickory. Let's take it down to our 8. I got to take a piece of 4/4 off. That'll be close enough. Beautiful. To start peeling off some 2 inches here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run that right back to the knees. Let's clean this up. Peeling off some 2 inches. Now we got one more log to saw. Oh, she is a springing. That log curling on me. We should get 2 more out of here. Glitter will have it. I gotta pull them dogs back a little bit more. I had that one out a little close to the edge there. That would really add insult to injury here. Let's just trim it up a little bit. Perfect. Old hickory. piece of white oak with a big crook in the end of it. This is not some of our better sawing here. Well, just a hair more. So, the way I'm sitting here, I got that line going across. I'm just going to give it just a hair more. There we go. Now, I'm not going to throw the tapers out because this log is got a little crooked. Now, let's just see what it does. Get this bell off of here. Actually, a nice log. Let's lay it down on the blocks. But some days you'll have problems. Just gotta adapt and overcome. Yeah, we're going to do some service on the mill. We got to get the oil changed. We got a pressure washer that was sent to us from Beaver Company that we're going to clean the bus motor. We're going to clean the carries. We're going to clean everything. You won't recognize it when we're done. All right. I was going to just take it from there, but let's just flatten it out. Get it to an 8-inch can and do something with it. Would like to actually parallel that down. I don't know, this is much to work with. There's the reason right there, that little bump out on it. Ooh. Seems to be doing all right. Well, if I had an extra 1/4 inch on there, I could have got a 2 inch out of there. I don't have it. Turn that other face out, take off that little bit of sliver on the back side. Let's get down to our final weight, and there's our line. We hit it right on the money. Put that face this up, I'm going to put it out so that I can leave that defect in the dog board if we end up with odd dimension. Alright, let's look for the laser. Everything's working out all right. Beautiful. This log's pulling on me too. See how it's pulling loose from the headlocks? Alright. We're gonna trim it back up, get it down to 4 1/4. You'll see what happens here. This will be pretty ugly. I gotta take off a sliver. Now look at what's going on with this thing. It's called stress. Now watch how fat it's going to get. There you go. And that happens. You just got to watch for it. It's starting to do it again. I'm going to try to re-dog it one more time here. Take it down to final 2 and hope for the best. I like that. catch you here at the end. Well, there it is.
We worked for it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting it to the point where how many filters could we go through?
I don't know. I didn't want to cut it by hand.
No, that would have been that's not an option. But yeah, you get to see in real time what happens when you own equipment, and the fuel tank's always been an issue with us. Maybe someday we will buy a new fuel tank.
Yeah.
Put this little problem to bed, and
we'll be good for a few months.
Yeah, it will not act up after we get through the initial.
Yeah, once everything settles down.
Once it settles down, and that's just the way it is. But do me a favor, if you liked this frustrating video, please give it the thumbs up. And I think we are almost at 93,000 subscribers.
Excellent.
So appreciate everybody coming along.
Go share it with one of your friends.
Absolutely.
If you did that, we'd have almost 200,000 viewers.
Just like that.
Just like
that. But hey, thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next one when we're sawing something.
Waffle, waffle.
Wood.
Waffle, waffle, waffle. All right. Bye-bye. Serious about this. All right. This is Jim Quick, 90 on the 17th.
That took a long time. That took a long time for Jim to get to 90 years old.
It took 90 years.
Even though his name is Quick.
Yep, and it wasn't.
It took a long time.
Yeah.
What a name. Oh, let's wait 1 second.
Oh, the camera's running. All right, here we go. Between the wind and the planes, who cares? Now we'll let it get just a little bit more above us here. That's better. It's a soothing sound anyway. All right.
It is. I love it.
Yep.
It's better than squirrels.
Yep. Good morning, YouTube.